Okay, so for this part, due to me dreading to go through the rest of the NES games, I'm just gonna do a little filler non-filler, just get something out of the way first. I'm going to do PS1 and Wii U games. You got Alien Trilogy, beating that game, that's pretty decent. Final Fantasy Tactics, I would like to play that one day. Crash Bash. Final Fantasy Chronicles with Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV. Chrono Cross, the sequel to Chrono Trigger. There is Blaster Master Blasting Again. This is a very interesting game. It's one of those games where it's like the controls are kind of weird, but they're also kind of fun. I guess one good word is janky. Final Fantasy IX, great game, but God, I really don't like the combat that much. Final Fantasy VIII, which was the last Final Fantasy game I worked on 2 years ago. I really have been slacking off. Got Wild Arms, which, like I said, I have a lot of RPGs I haven't really worked on due to just complications. Wild Arms 2, so yes, I have 1 through 4. Resident Evil 2, great game, including my most expensive PS1 game I ever... Actually, I completely take that back. But this is one of the most expensive games I ever paid for. I got this recently, Resident Evil 3. I really want to play it. And next up is Final Fantasy Anthology, which has Final Fantasy 5 and 6. This is actually when it was first localized, Final Fantasy 5. I also have Final Fantasy 7, which is my second favorite Final Fantasy game. I like 6 more. Oh, that actually came off for some reason. Metal Gear Solid, which is a great game. I'll grab the other games. You have Spyro Ripto's Rage. Ripto's Rage. I actually have more PS1 games than this, but it's disc only, and I got it from a relative. It has like Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. It has like Frogger, Crash 2 and 3, stuff like that. SpongeBob. It's actually a really old game I have. And Heart of Darkness. I got this because of Game Grumps. And then let me quickly grab my most expensive game I ever paid for, as well as the most expensive game I own. Here it is. Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. This is actually the most expensive game I own. It cost me over $90 and now it's over $350. The only problem is I don't have the manual and the disc is in acceptable condition. And I beat it when I first got it back in 2018 and it's actually a good game. It's just the combat isn't that good and the random enemy encounters is pretty annoying, but hey, you know, I'm glad I bought it. Kind of like how the earlier Persona games are. It is now. Alright, next up is the Wii U game, so with the power of pausing, I will use my magic. So stupid. Hopefully that looked okay. Alright, on to Wii U, but before that, I do have one American PS1 game, Mega Man Power Up. Just wanted to show that as a side thing. Really want to play that soon. A lot of games I really want to play soon. So we got Yoshi's Woolly World, which is boring but visually very appealing. Color Splash, which it was decent. I like Origami King much more than that game, but I wasn't as mad as Color Splash as I was with Origami King. Pikmin 3, haven't played it since it came out. Really want to play it again. New Super Luigi U. I remember I was desperate to get a new Wii U game at that time, so I bought that. Kirby Rainbow Curse, similar to Wally World, boring, but presentation is beautiful. This presentation in this game is horrible. Star Fox Zero. I actually have 2 copies because they accidentally gave me 2, so I have one that's unopened and opened. Disney Infinity. New Super Mario Bros. U. Mighty Number 9. Don't get the Wii U version. In fact, don't even get this game. It's very mediocre. wouldn't call it a bad game, just mediocre. This game I would love to play eventually. Tokyo Mirage Session #FE. It's basically a Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem spin-off. I know they released it for Switch, but it's just such a bizarre game. Wait, isn't it damaged? Dang it, it is. I remember that. It's actually damaged a little bit when I got it. Walking Dead Survival Instinct. This is actually one of the 2 games that I got for my Wii U. Resident Evil Revelation. That's how I first played it. Zombie U, this is one of the first games I got. I think I remember I told my mom, like, please don't buy me the game. In the long run, I'm glad she did, because it's actually pretty fun. Mario Party 10, massive disappointment. I liked playing 9, but 10 I was just kind of done with it. Sonic Lost World. It was actually a fun game playing it for the time, but I would never want to play it again. Mario Kart 8. Wind Waker HD, which, if we're talking about, like, ports, technically Wind Waker HD is actually one of the only few games I actually would give a 10 out of 10, because I actually like the HD version more than the original. It pretty much fixes everything I could even possibly think of the original. Hyrule Warriors. Breath of the Wild. Got your Super Mario 3D World. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze right here. Said it too early. Whoops. I will never 100% this. The fact that it has shiny gold medals in that game too. No, please. However, I did 100% this game, and that took me over 160 hours. And then there's Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I put 8 hours into it, and I was just so disappointed with it. Mainly just for a lot of reasons that I don't know if I'll ever make a video on it. Oh, there's a lot of extra time. I think I know what I want to go to next. The bonus, because I have time, I am going to show PS4 games. And I actually got some PS4 games for Christmas, so I will show those games last. Star Wars Battlefront. Star Ocean. Bloodborne, which I think even to this day, this is my favorite PS4 game. Even though it came out on PS3, that was the game that made me want to get a PS4. That and The Last of Us. Deadpool, an actual good game. Don't play it on hard mode. God Eater 2, I have the first one, I want to try it out soon. Spider-Man, everyone's favorite Japanese Spider-Man. Doom Eternal, this is the only Doom game I have yet to play. I've played all the other ones. Persona 5, which I don't know when I'm ever going to play it. Kingdom Hearts 3, which I actually have beaten all the Kingdom Hearts games now up until 3, so I'm excited to play that soon. Last of Us 2, I haven't really played it yet just because, I don't know, dreading the story. God of War, Norse Edition. Keep forgetting I have this. Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 7 Remake. The Evil Within. This is actually one of the first PS4 games I got. I actually beat it. It's good. Mortal Kombat X. That's not good. I'm not a fan of Mortal Kombat. Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I actually beat all of the games on there. Well, quote unquote beat. Half of them are just stories. Doom 2016. I feel like it's gonna fall. Devil May Cry. This is how I actually played the DMC games. Last of Us 1. This, just like with Bloodborne, that was the game that made me want to get a PS4. Uncharted 4. And the Uncharted trilogy. I've beaten all Uncharted games. It's a great series. I'm not usually a big fan of those kind of games, but they executed it very well. Alright, let me grab the other games really quickly. Okay, this is actually my not newest PS4 game, but still working on it. Sonic Frontiers. It's really good, but I do have plenty of problems with it. This game I don't really care for. I got it because I think it was for free. Assassin's Creed Unity. Get out of here. You know. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That game is really good. Monster Hunter World. Nier Automata. She's actually one of my favorite video game characters, mainly just because of her design. I really love her design. That was actually what made me interested in Nier Automata. Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 2. Shadow of the Colossus. If you want to play Shadow of the Colossus, I highly recommend playing the PS4 version. Graphically, it is one of the best looking PS4 games I've ever seen. Resident Evil 7, which I actually played this recently. It's actually a really good game. Resident Evil 6, not as good, but I don't think it's a bad game. So, Resident Evil 5, really good game. Even playing with the AI, it's still really good. Sonic Forces. Dark Souls, the first one. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1. I'm almost planning on doing like a mega marathon of the first 10 games. Just a one-go live stream. Bad DMC. I don't know. I need to play that soon. Because I haven't played DMC 5. I've played 1 through 4. It's one of those series that I act like I love the series, but in reality, I don't really think any of the games are actually really good. I think 1 and 3 are good. Nier Replicant. What is wrong with this? What's wrong with this? Wait a minute. That's weird. It just feels like something's bulging out, but yeah, Nier Replicant. I haven't played it yet. Zero Time Dilemma. This is the third game in the series. They all have different names. Resident Evil 2 Remake. Haven't played it. Haven't played this one yet just because I dread the difficulty. Sekiro. I don't have Elden Ring because I just don't have any interest in playing it. Now on to the games I got for Christmas, because there are plenty of PS4 games. Hey, these are all the PS4 games I was actually given as gifts. So I got this a couple of days. All of these games I got a couple of days ago. Ninja Turtles: The Cowabunga Collection. I'm really excited for this because even though I've beaten half of these games, the other half I've never played in. I'm really happy to play Hyperstone Heist, which is a Genesis game. It's very expensive. I also got this game. This game I saw and I was like, oh, this game looks pretty cool. It also has an indentation. Why? I also got Ys 8. I got the PAL version because it's actually cheaper. I'm happy to have this. That was a shock to get. Cotton Fantasy. This was the newest Cotton game. Very happy to have this game. Trials of Mana. Been wanting to get this for a while. And then the non-era games, which the first game is called 999 Escape. I'm happy to get this because last year I got Zero Time Dilemma and I didn't realize that, oh, it's the third game and this has the first two. So now I can actually play the series. So yeah, those are the games I got for Christmas. And yeah. Again, I got other things, but I don't know if I want to show. I had to show these games because it's part of the collection, but I might show a few things. I will say one thing I want to say really quickly is I would love to make a video on my manga collection, because that is a whole video in of itself, a multi-part video, but I don't really want to do that yet. I just want to focus on my games because there's still plenty left. So, next video, for real, finishing up the NES games.